Hello, welcome back to Paralegal Counseling Training. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo, and your tutor. Today we are looking at paralegal practice and counseling. We are looking at Unit 4, which is talking about mediation and attribution skills. There are certain skills that you need to have as a mediator, and these are the skills that are required as a mediator. You should have a certain code of conduct which you should attribute for you to be a trusted mediator or attributor. So this is the checklist of the rules and procedures which you can get each side to agree on before you start to run a mediation. Number one, there must be trust and respect for chairperson. So you should let the people, the people that you are mediating on, you should you should tell them that they should trust and respect you as a chairperson, who will be the mediator, and the mediation team if there is more than one person. So you should let the people know, or the people that both parties should know and respect the chairperson, and you have to tell them to speak through the chair and not to each one is speaking as if they are fighting. So that is the first thing, and you have to make sure you tell them that if you do this, then these are the ground rules, and I'm not going to continue as the mediator. The second thing, you should there be a translation, and who should do it. So if the parties, one of the parties or both parties, they don't you don't have same language, or you cannot speak in a language that they can understand, the better you find I want to translate the meeting. And also the venue must be secure and neutral. When you're doing the mediation, you have to be in the venue which does not favor somebody. For example, when you are doing the mediation, you cannot do the mediation when two people are fighting in the neighborhood. Then you go and mediate on the house of one of those parties. That cannot be a fair ground. So you need to find a place whereby each one will be free to speak. So do the chairs and tables have they should be arranged in a round circle. There should be a round table of discussion. So as a mediator, in mediation, you don't use the chairs where they are seated like the boss and the client. You have to sit in a round table. Then size and leadership of delegations should observers be allowed. So you should also agree with the people that you are mediating, and you should ask them, should the observers be allowed? If they say no, don't allow the observers. Agreeing to behave in a polite and disciplined manner. So the parties must be able to address in a polite and disciplined manner. No interpretation of other speakers. There must be, for example, they should not be, no, he has said this, this one, no, that is what he's saying. No, there should not be interpretation. So let a person speak, and if there is any clarification, let that particular person clarify. No verbal abuse or shouting. The voice, you should encourage the parties to be calm and to speak in a tone that is friendly, not in a tone that is not friendly. No physical intimidation, for example, pointing or violence. You should not allow, you should not allow these the people that you are mediating to be pointing at each other or using the hand. They should just speak without using the hands or intimidating the other party or using violence. And no presence and carrying of weapons. There should never be any weapon in the or the presence of any weapon. There must be nothing that can someone lose temper and hit on the other person. So the things that should be there, it's only the tables, the chairs, and maybe the things that cannot be harmful to anybody. Or if someone loses temper, he gets and beats the other one. They should not be in a smoking or drunken state. There should not be smoking or drinking in the place of mediation. No distraction behavior. For example, while one is speaking, no one should, the other part should remain silent and keep on hearing. There must be not the time to interrupt the conversation. So if the other party is trying to interrupt, you just say, no, can you leave him speak? That's how you should do as a mediator. Then the other thing, how long should the session be? So in the first place, when you are starting, you introduce yourself and you introduce your law as a mediator. Then you should ask, how much time should we spend in talking about this? Because sometimes you can spend the whole day. So you should agree on time with the parties. Equal time for each side to speak and who should speak first. So you should agree who is going to start first and for how many minutes or are we going to speak to give somebody to speak. Then give the opportunity to assess and consult the necessary. So you should, as a mediator, sometimes you need to consult others, but you should also, if you see that the issue is complicated, it's better that you say, is it okay that we can come and continue the other time? Or if time cannot allow for you to complete the session, you can just say, is it okay that we can continue this session the other time? How should the mediation be minuted? What parts of the discussion should be confidential? So you should discuss about confidentiality. You should discuss about minuting the discussion. How should the agreement be reported back to members? So you should also agree on how should we report back. How should the minutes be reported? Should the should the outcome of the mediation be publicized and how? If we are dealing with the community whereby there are parties which needs a lot of there are parties involved, a lot of people involved in that matter. So all those has to be agreed on. Then the other thing that we should know is that the checklist tips. As a paralegal counselor, you should have you should be aware of this checklist of mediation. Number one, you should explain the purpose of mediation to get the two sides of discuss things and to get a voluntary agreement between the two sides. So you should explain the purpose. So what is the purpose of us coming? You have to tell them, well, the purpose of us coming is that we may resolve this matter. And this is how we are going to resolve this matter. Apply the rules and procedure that both sides have agreed on both sides equally. Politely remind people when they break the rules. So you should say, in this time, these are the rules that we are going to follow. Number one, speak through the chair. We are not going to, don't point at each other or don't use abusive language or violence in addressing on this matter. Always stay impartial as a legal counsel, paralegal counselor, and also as a mediator. This means you keep your personal opinions to yourself and be careful of the way you address people. For example, if you call people comrades or ladies and gentlemen, will this suit all the people who are there? So you should be conscious of how you address people, and also you should be you should stay impartial. You should be on the middle. So if you have got maybe you see that no, this one is being unfair, keep that to yourself. Don't bring it in the meeting or in mediation. Be aware of personal tensions between the sides. If possible, try to get these out of the way before going on. So when you see that there is the tempers are rising, so it is very important to stay calm, and it's very important to control the situation. Or you may say, is it okay that can we just be quiet first and let each one of us breathe in, out, and now we can relax. You use the strategies that are going to make them relax. Encourage each side to listen and to keep a note of questions and comments. Give each side a chance to state their position fully before allowing questions and answers. So let them say, my stance is this, and the reason why they are standing on that matter, they should speak it before the questions are allowed. Give each side a chance to state their position fully before allowing questions and answers. Give each side a chance to start off speaking, and then alternate this. This means give each side a chance to speak, and to speak first, and also to answer the questions. Announce the time allowed for each speaker, and tell them how many minutes each one is going to be given. When that one, the minutes elapses, let that person not interrupt the other person. Inform people when they have 1 minute of speaking time left. So you should tell them, oh, you are remaining with 1 minute. Can you summarize what you are saying? When it is useful, summarize the main points and ask both sides if they are happy with your summary. For example, if after one finishes to speak, you should summarize, oh, this person spoke this and 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 this. This is what he said. On here he said this. On here he said this. Is it true that, are you agreeing that this is what you said? If that person who was speaking should say yes, and the other party, are you agreeing that this is what he said? When he said no, can you tell me where I've left the point? Make notes of questions and ask the practical questions. If the speaker makes very general or vulgar points, accusations, encourage the speaker to be more specific. So if the speaker say shan 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 shan, this is what he was saying, shan shan shan, just say, can you specify what this person was saying exactly? Try to encourage agreement on easy and heated issues. So I said, can we agree on this matter? When they say, we said, can we agree? Can we be relaxed and let's agree on this matter? Then outline the matters that they are speaking. For example, number one, this A said this and this, then point B he said this, point C he said this, and part B said this and this and this and this and this. Do we agree that this is what both of you said? Try to encourage agreement, and so that are we agreeing on these matters? To encourage both sides to compromise. Suggest that for mediation to succeed, a give and take attitude is needed. rather than a win-win situation. So you have to tell them that for in mediation there is no winner and there is no loser. So we have to take a win-win situation and a lose situation. So it's a give and take. So step up, step one backwards, and also the other one should step backward. Step in front and also should step in front. So no one should be should force the other one to come to the other side. So as a mediator, you should allow them to compromise on the matters. If things are heated, as I've said that you should allow to relax. Then if there is what is called deadlock. The deadlock, it is a situation whereby you cannot agree on the matter. No progress on an issue. Try to break it by speaking separately to each side. So when there are some times whereby you say there is a heated issue and you say, okay, can I talk to this one? And you will be able to talk to each other and counsel them, encourage them to compromise on privacy. So can you just allow, can I talk to this side? Can I talk to you one by one, one on one? So that the other party will come, you speak to them and you talk to them, you also talk to the other party, then again you bring them to agree on certain issues. If one side says something important in the separate meeting with a mediator, encourage them to say it directly to the other party. Now, as you were on the private side, and there is a point that you heard from one side. So you may say, can you say it's like what you told me, can you say it now? Then to start moving to an agreement, link the different solutions suggested by either side and alternative solutions from their chair. Especially solutions which make both sides do something. For example, both sides agree not to attack members of the other side. So you should write down the points that are on agreement. So you say from what this person has said and from what this person has said, I've heard that this one is saying this and this person wants this and this and this, and you also said the other person to state what this person wants. Then you'll be able to mediate the parties and tell them, is it okay if this matter can be resolved in this way? When drawing up the agreement, first the things that force both sides to do something. So when you are writing the agreement, the first thing that you have to write is what they are agreed. So agreed on this, and so agreed on this. Then you bring the conclusion, and the conclusion is that this person, both parties should do this side and this side. So and then you agree on that. Then each one signs the agreement. So we have talked about the mediation and how you should stand in as a mediator. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you in the next class. This is your tutor, Dr. Tulipo Mwenifumbo.